maybe they were looked a little bit shaky towards the beginning of the day, but as the day wore on, they did not drop any more games there. So very, very consistent once they powered up. And so we're seeing basically the strongest version of both of these incredibly strong roster. What a way to end out the day, Opal.
Yeah, let's get into our first pick in ban to start off the series. It's a best of 3, so only 2 games. That's all you need to take home in order to take home first place prize. As far as bans go, we're not going to see Bird Boy anytime here, as it seems it's going to be banned out, so we're going to have to see a new jungle, because a lot of our teams have been opting to go for him into the jungle and then even running, the Yukiro in a side lane.
Absolutely. Instead. So what are some things that we might see banned? Well, I think, what was the really key hero? Maybe.
Oh!
Wait, what? Oh,
we're getting spicy here, so we're going to get
okay, so this is both teams really being very well aware of each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Which means we're likely going to see a little bit of variation coming from the jungle finally, because we've
no birds allowed.
No birds allowed, no blue hair, magnificent, majestic people allowed.
First of all, there's still plenty of heroes that have blue hair, but look at that. It's a first pick on Lu Bu.
Yeah, we're going to get the Lu Bu there. To the side of D-Team, we're going to go ahead and see ourselves, opting in. So Xiaoma really loves this support. We saw it earlier on tonight.
I mean, but is that worth first picking? Like, supports are good, don't get me wrong, but like, there's so many strong heroes out there, and wait, what?
Again, we'll have to see until it's locked in. On top of that, too, you're also getting your tank line here from D-Team, if I recall correctly. So this is a rather interesting draft. We often see carries be the one to be, hard focused, but maybe they want to try and save those counter picks later on.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And, maybe that's only really impactful at the top level of plays, but these are our first 2 teams, and neither of them have played each other, neither of them have lost, so it doesn't get much better than this. So we're still waiting on a confirmation here for the Bomber at the end, but I'm still questioning Xiaoyi's pick here. I'm not sure exactly what to expect from it.
Now, let's see. Bomber is being hovered, like you mentioned, and we are going to have that locked in, so that's going to be the first time for us to get to see this hero themselves. Again, it's mainly used as an assassin. I'll have to take a quick check there. It's mainly... perfect. I'm pretty sure I'm knowing which hero this is based off of when it comes to AoE. I can't remember the name, but pretty much has a hook chain as the ultimate.
Okay,
so you're coming on in. If you get hooked by her, pretty much you're just going to get torn apart very quickly.
Well, that's pretty impressive that they would go for something so polarizing. You hit the hook, it's great. You miss the hook, it's not. Whereas on the other side, Cuckoo is just going to go for the tried and true Marco Polo. It's something that we've seen as sort of a carry answer a lot of times previously, but it hasn't really been one that's been super successful at the super high level. So I'm not sure exactly what the reasoning is behind picking it here.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Marco Polo is going to get locked in. We're not also going to see the lumber equipment. Equivalent.
There we go.
For D-Team coming out here. They decided to ban that away, so looking to target some supports that could be valuable for KSSC, as well as the Resurrection not going to be there. Mages seem to be on the kill list here for KSSC as they go ahead and get rid of our Moon Mage. We'll see what the last one's going to be. It's also going to be that one as well. So opting in for more of our fighter mages in the mid lane. Some picks that could come out.
No mile out.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Wait, how fast can they lock in? Oh my goodness, was that not the most instantaneous ban that we've seen maybe ever?
It's close up there. It's close up there to say the very least. So I'll have to see.
I thought that it actually just skipped their turn. That's how fast it was. Xiaoma was spam clicking as fast as they possibly could. So, I guess when you really are sure of what you want, then they can go with it. But I think it's kind of telling that KSSC do not know what they want to finish things off. They've been kind of cycling through basically the full roster of heroes.
All right. So taking a page out of AS's book possibly here coming out from the support. We'll have to see if they go ahead and lock it in. Also go for a brawler. They're pretty much just hovering between the 2 brawler options that are on the table at the moment that are optimal. I just want to see whether or not they go ahead and lock this in. They're still Louis, yeah. that's going to get locked in. That's a very powerful side. I really got to commend. I feel like KSSC actually got themselves a really good draft here.
I think, okay, I don't know exactly what to expect. Oh, wow, we could actually have the Puppet Masters the last one. I mean, this is maybe one of the highest skill level heroes that you could possibly get, and it's about to be potentially chosen as the last one here for the D team or the Dream Team, depending on if that's actually what
is that what we're
for.
dubbing them now?
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things that it could stand for, but I think that's the one that I'm gonna choose to go with.
That's the one. Okay, I'm fine with that. Dream Team. Again, this is your high-ranking team, obviously. So when it came to the solo queue ladder, so okay, I'll give it to you.
Okay,
I'll agree.
All right, thank you so much. You're too kind.
Don't mention it, all right? Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right. I won't mention that ever again.
But we're going to go ahead and get ourselves into our first game of our final set. Again, this series is looking to determine who is going to be qualified first, as well as taking home pretty much 3 times the prize money for today as they set their their eyes on toward the grand final as well.
Yeah, like 3.32? Is that what it is? I don't know.
3 point. Yeah, roughly that.
Close enough. Anyway.
Anyway,
that is going to do it for our draft phase. We are getting into our final best of 3 of the night. It's KSSC and D Team, the undefeated teams of the day. But after today, well, it won't be that way any longer.
Yeah, someone has to fall here in our, you could say, mini final of the day between the 2 squads. So
there's nothing mini about it. This is the final of the day.
Pretty much. So let's see how this ends up going. I want to see what kind of aggression we're going to see from both of these squads. We've been, watching AS for the last, 3 games. Now we're
4
going.
games. No, it was 3.
It was only 3 games there.
That's
but
right.
Still, we'll see here how things are going to start off. Both supports looking to roam in the mid lane to try and cause some mayhem early. I want to see who's looking to prioritize toward the Drake down in bot lane. And
they were prioritizing towards the pause button.
Apparently.
Yes. They really had that one on lock. They were waiting. They were ready instantaneously coming down. But at least we have the instantaneous resume as well. So crisis averted.
So they're going to go ahead. They'll just be fine here. Xi'an going to be in the jungle this time around. I want to see what this assassin is going to be able to do once it gets into the lane. Again, trying to get on top of the Puppet Master. That's going to be a rather risky one. There you go.
Bandy going in, and he's able to get the engage, but I actually don't think that...
I think Yusui, yeah, I think he messed that up a little bit.
Yeah, he went a little bit too far into the pit. I'm not sure exactly.
He's still trying here. Oh, there it is.
Oh, the knockback! The turret!
Underneath the tower is going to take some damage. Yusui, he's taking a lot of damage themselves, so this is a risky play coming out from D Team to start things off.
But still very impressive, both aggressively and defensively on both sides. This is going to be such an incredible game to watch, and I think primarily because both teams are going to be so good at both making their own strategies work, but also keeping their opponent's strategies from working. It's going to be so fun to watch.
I'm just saying here, KSSC, they have Christmas synergy.
Oh, that's true. I wonder if that's a bundle.
It's a bundle? Possibly. Oh! Jeez, man, that is such a bait here, but Xiao H, he's going to not be baited. That's going to be first blood going over to D Team.
Yeah, taking out Xiao, I don't know if he just didn't expect that or if the gank is just that successful, but even off of just that one kill, it's not about the kills, it's what you do off the back of them. And that is exactly what we're seeing here. Our first Dragon of the game being taken down at just 2 minutes.
So early stacking. That's going to allow them to get a 700 gold lead to start things off. Back up toward the top lane, though. We're seeing a bit of a tussle between the 2 here. As both of the warriors going for it. Still, Wooly going to be the one coming out on top.
Yeah, and at least from what I remember, I'm not sure exactly what the actual analog of Cuckoo's champion is, but I believe it's chaotically heavy lifesteal later on. But once you get the items up, look at that chain, it latches, but no pullback in.
Yeah, not going to be able to get the pullback in, so we'll see here as Fendi becoming one with the tower, as it would seem.
Now, I'm still a little bit unfamiliar with Xiaoyi's hero. I think it's the
Yeah.
first time that we're seeing that today, so I don't know totally what to expect.
So I think if I recall, it's pretty much you get a hook onto the main person you're looking to target. As long as you stay in range, you're doing extra damage to them with your other abilities. I'm guessing. If I recall, that's how it works. On top of that, too, if you do get the hook, I do believe you have the ability to latch onto them or even go along with them here. So we'll have to see. As we have a little bit of stealth coming out here from KSC. Oh, that might be beautiful here, depending on. That is the Puppet Master,
my
though.
goodness, look at how damaging that was.
Yeah.
Thankfully, able to jump away to safety.
It's the fake puppet, unfortunately. So he gets on over to safety. We'll still see this 1v1 up on the top side. That is a level advantage for Xiaoma. But Wu Wei can do quite fine here, just because of that extra little bit of lifesteal. We'll see here. Nothing here, so never mind. Puppet Master gets blown apart in the mid lane, apparently.
Wow, we didn't even get a chance to see it. Oh man, this is so close, but you can't fight when there's assistance on the way, and Xiaoma is going to get that glyph to heal all the way back up, or at least as far back up as he possibly can, trying to desperately
here it
clear the way.
comes.
And there we go, we're swimming on the little doggy as fast as we can, but Xiaomu, whoa, way too overzealous. This is 4 top lane for KSSC.
4 top lane for KSSC. There's nothing really for Dteam to really counter with at this point. Like, they could pressure mid if they wanted to, but they're deciding to slow push it in the team. Up in top lane, though, this is a bit risky here. Ultimate's going to land. One more bomb will do it.
Dynamite. There it is. Second kill of the game for KSSC.
Yeah, and that's Wuxi once again. The Bomber doing pretty good here, actually, getting both kills for the team. And also securing, I believe that was beginning for them, so pretty nicely done. And Coop on the Marco Polo. We'll see how this goes for them. The Marco Polo has been rather hit or miss, oftentimes missing actually, when we see it being played.
Yeah, as a marksman, you in general want to be in the hit category.
Oh, there you go.
Oh man, going forward. Wow, that was so close to a catch, but in the end, that will not be anything consequential. Nothing to look at here.
So this is kind of the combo that we're going to end up seeing from the side of KSSC. You get yourself the hook there from Xiaoyi, and then you follow that up immediately with Wuji jumping in with the ultimate. We'll have to see here. That chain's gone very far. It's going to be the knockback, though, onto 2 members. Look at that damage.
Xiaoyi's very low. He's going to be the first casualty there. D-Team picking up the first kill, and it looks like the only kill. Of course, off the back of it, this is what they will do with it. They will take down their second Dragon of the game.
Slowly but surely, they'll take that one home. Still only a 200 to 300 gold lead with those 2 Drakes, and actually the first tower of the game goes in favor of KSSC.
Is Fendi really dead?
I think he is.
Oh my god, they're gonna, oh no, he doesn't chase it back to the turret. Really? Okay, alright, well that's definitely not the ending I expected there, but hey, we're still basically even, almost identical gold score between the 2 teams.
KSSC, you're going to push up toward the jungle. We're possibly looking for a
dive.
Yeah, they're just going to get that tower, though.
Yep, and that's actually almost more valuable.
Oh, here they go.
Yeah,
D-Team, they're going for this flank in behind. They're going to try and get it. Look at that damage. Marco's doing damage from the side. He goes on in. There you go. There's your ultimate coming out. But guess what? KSSC, they could just rip them apart from this jungle. Oh, wait. He's just dancing on the edge of death, and it doesn't matter. Beautiful turnaround coming out from KSSC from the flank. The collapse from D-Team.
Xiaoyi, I mean, I think we're really starting to see the reason that this hero is picked in the first place. I cannot believe just how powerful that is when left unchecked. 7-4 now the scoring after being even for so long. A solid 1.5k lead for KSSC.
Yeah, you can see that just that extra damage as long as they're hooked on top, as well as the maneuverability. And if you get that extra little bit, I think it's the mark that gets consumed with another ability, you'll be able to just keep picking up a beautiful steal coming out on that blue.
Steal, gift, whatever you want to call it, it's hers, and a huge pickup on the
cleaver
as well. So cleaver in hand, both buffs in hand, highest level in the game. Level 12 is going to feel very, very good wherever she goes.
So look here, doing some defensive maintenance on the tower there.
That's right, healing it all the way back up. Doesn't heal all the way back up, it's only a certain percentage, but look at the latch in the mid lane.
And Puppet Master plays with my feelings. Oftentimes I feel like they're playing a little too far forward, and I realize And they're probably not playing too far forward. That's probably a clone.
Oh no, right into the
Oh, that was a little awkward.
The bush, that is definitely not what he wanted to find.
Oh, here
Actually,
he comes.
going deep, the puppy's deep in there,
Oh,
but
no!
getting flipped under the turret. That's exactly the last place they wanted to be, way too overzealous. And man, KSSC just really having that one gifted to them.
You literally get turned into a rag doll when you're going against Xiao Yi and you get hooked with that. Honestly, there's not a whole lot you can do. And you saw him getting whipped underneath the tower. Like a solid 2 flash distance, and that will allow them to go ahead and start up the Slayer.
I mean, yeah, what do you do at that point? I think you're really kind of asking for that. You have to have a team that's going to commit behind you if you don't want to commit to it. And Xiao Yi, I think, on the other side, if you overcommit into him, he's just really going to punish you harder than you're going to be able to handle.
I kind of like this if this was a hidden pick, and KSSC have not been really using it for the rest of the tournament, because we didn't see it in our first series with them.
Saving the best for last?
Yeah, you know, I feel like this has to draw a ban if this wins. It's disgusting, and I don't think D-Team were prepared for it.
The Visceral Dragon number 4, I guess. Yes, that's not enraged just yet, but this one going over to KSSC to tie it up at 2-2.
Oh,
big discrepancy is in the towers, but let's see if D-Team can turn this one around.
Oh, they can't because they're so far behind already. Oh no, the claw is hooked, and they're going to just drag them back on in. The auto attack, the bomb followed through, not enough damage. But oh boy, that's a rough one.
They're going back in again.
Oh, he's going to try. That's very dangerous. Luckily, the hook isn't available, so they're just going to go ahead and back off, but that should be this second tier tower in mid lane for KSSC as they open up this gold lead down to 5,000 before 10 minutes.
Oh man, it's just not getting any better at any point in time. This is just going from bad to worse. And I mean, look at this. This is cracking 1 tower, 2 towers, 3 towers, 4, 5, 6, all. The outer turret's taken down by 10 minutes.
So you got the whip going, you could say. It has a nasty hook at the end at this point.
I've never seen a new pick just come in that we haven't seen all tournament long.
Look at the level difference.
Yeah, it's actually insane.
3 levels on the entire team of D-Team. Like already
He's
15.
5 levels over Fendi.
Well, that's expected. That's like a roaming support, but still, like, that's
5
disgusting.
levels? 5? I don't think 5 levels is expected.
Well, when he's funneling gold onto themselves, because that was just a farm menace. And you also pick up the Master Sword. You also have Wuxi getting the magical hat, too. Yeah, you just had some pretty nasty item spikes, and when Xiao Yi hooks you on in and then gets a quick auto, it does enhance damage.
It's over.
Nasty.
It's over. It's so one-sided at that point.
Look at this. Just take Blue Buff's ours.
I'd like that one, and I'd like this one, and I'd like to keep going. The gold count is just going to grow astronomically at this point. What we're looking at, 6K right now. Well, close to 6K, and it's just definitely going to be that after Xiao Yi has his way with the dragon. Wow. I mean, this is just a clinic. Both of these teams coming into this match were undefeated, and I think it's reasonable to expect that this game might be pretty close, but that is not what we're seeing at all.
Yeah, KSSC looking a little bit more coordinated, it seems, overall when it comes to the composition. And that might be just the nature of the team, because again, D-Team, those are your, top players from the ranked servers when it came to those positions. So we'll see what they're able to do. The flip on back. Wuxi, though, gets back to safety with the jump. Oh, I mean, you saw the hook there.
Sucks to use your ult that way, but I think, yeah, worth surviving for sure. Fendi almost overextending. You see immediately Xiao Yi starts switching.
He's just like, what you doing, bud?
He's got that lasso ready. Looking for it.
So we'll see here. D-Team look to try and tunnel a little bit. Turtle inside the base as long as they can.
Oh man, it's a dangerous game you're playing there, Xiao Ma.
Xiao H over toward the side. Doesn't look like they're going to do much though.
Yeah, Yushui not willing to go any farther out of his base. It's a very, very dangerous game he's playing. The dog goes in, the dog goes out. Can't explain that. Whoa, wow,
that was a nice steal.
Away.
Yeah, doggo steal it. Oh, okay.
Wow. Many steal. Much wow.
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 Whoa there. All right. Wu-Wei up in the top lane, just going to continue to pressure in, try and get some split pressure. There is going to be a Slayer coming back up.
Nice try, Fendi. The dodge, I think it's just going to go at this point.
Dog's coming in.
Yeah, and then that's going to be the first kill, and maybe not the last. KSSC make it a 5-on-4. They look to shove it through the mid lane, through the middle turret, anywhere, any deeper. Look at that, the damage is gonna come through. A huge arena thrown down, and that's Lu Bu with the first kill of this fight.
On top of that too, that's also gonna be the first tower in the base taken down here, an exposed lane. Almost an 8,000 gold lead here for KSSC. Xi'an looking pretty good. Wuxi also with a really good engage on the Lu Bu. Just jump into the thick of things, and they're just not going to stop
here. Are they
here.
just going for it?
I think they just go for the end here, or at least try and pick up more kills. Oh, look at that, Marco Polo. Oh no, he got hooked.
Yeah.
Got brought back though, was not in range for the full knockback completely. They're trying to fight underneath the core. There's no minions around, but guess what? They're just going to keep on diving in. Return over toward the towers. And now that's going to be another tower in the base, taking out only one stance.
Some low health bars on the side of KSSC, so I don't think that they can necessarily end it here. But maybe they're just that strong. I mean, it's 14-4. D-Team really just have not been able to breathe at all. They've been completely suffocated, smothered there by Xi'an. And I don't even think that he is afraid of basically anything at this point. They crushed all 9 towers, and now they're going to leave and come back for more.
See that? Just the maneuverability through the jungle as well. He's just clearing this so fast, and Slayer is back up and available. Going to go over the wall and easily just rip this one apart. It looks like KSSC are in prime position to finish off game 1 of our deciding match.
This is one of the most decisive victories I think we've seen all day long.
True.
And it's against one of the best teams.
We have also, though, seen D-Team do this before. Where they have lost out on an early lead and then fought back and were able to claim it. Similarly, too, they were also ones that threw away a huge gold lead at themselves.
Yeah, that is true, and I don't feel like they've really ever had an advantage at all this game.
Yeah. KSSC, we'll see whether or not... Oh, geez. Okay. This is a disgusting build from Xi'an. Went the Infinity Blade, so now is adding crit chance to that enhanced auto on the hook. So you bring someone in, and you literally one-shot them with an auto.
Yeah, we could absolutely see that. Oh, Wu-Wei?
I think he's fine. He's also got the GA available, the Resurrection item already complete, I do believe, when I take a look at the... Yes, does have that. Actually, there's 2 members that have that. Lu Bu as well, so they can go for a very big dive and have 2 Resurrections available.
Is he going for it? No. Moving in the opposite direction. That's not what we want to see. We want him to go in there and kill everyone. It's 9 turrets down, okay, my dudes? I get that they're taking it slow and steady to win the race, but honestly, I just want to see him rip them apart.
Like, the checker flag has been waved. Stop celebrating.
Right. It's the last...
Stop celebrating. Get your butt down to the victory ceremony in the pits.
I mean, what else is there really to do? I guess they can wait for every single buff to come up. They're about to get Abyssal Dragon.
If they're going to do that, that's them doing the equivalent of pretty much like a burnout against the wall here.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing donuts in the middle of the track. They've laughed at their...
Oh, no. Here you go, though, on the side of KSSC. They're going to go in. Oh, that damage! 2, take it out. They're going to dive in at this point and just clean house as members are running.
Oh, the turnaround. That is a little surprising, but I don't think that the end of this game will be surprising at all. You do need to wait for minions so that the core is more vulnerable, but as soon as those come in, the score is going down. Yeah,
game 1 should be going on over here to KSSC. It seems like the minions are going to get cleared out here by the side of D-Team, and they're possibly not going to be able to do a whole lot here. Finally, the minions, though, crash in, get rid of the backdoor protection. Game 1 in decisive fashion to KSSC.
Yeah, wow, KSSC, they remain undefeated here. And I guess it's going to come down to maybe one final game, potentially KSSC on the verge of claiming first place and $5,000.
On top of that, too, that's going to be them ahead. Like, that's a flawless day if they're able to take home the victory for this match, too.
Yeah, they would have not dropped an entire series at all. Both teams undefeated. So, wow, that's actually so impressive when you think about it, just because we've played so many games today over so long. It's going to be over a 12-hour day for our players here, and for them to maintain this level of expertise over that amount of time, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you're looking at roughly 18 games for KSSC at the moment.
Something close.
They've had a couple. They've had a couple series that went to 3 games. But like that's still a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know, mobile games, they can be quick, but if you have long ones, that adds up.
Yeah.
Say 20 minutes per game, you're looking at
it's fair.
Divided 18 divided by
let's
3.
not do too much math on air. Suffice it to say,
6 hours.
The two teams that you're watching are very, very good, but it feels like KSSC are just kind of on that next level.
Yeah, especially, I think it was the pick. I feel like Dteam, if they're going to come back here, I think it's going to be a change up in the draft, especially.
Okay. What do you think needs to change?
I don't know if they need to have an answer for the pick that we saw from Xi'an, especially, because honestly, I don't think anyone was ready for that. And it kind of showed, too, because there was
I don't think Xi'an was ready for that. It's just like took off so fast that you're like, okay, well, we just reached escape velocity a little bit ahead of schedule.
Right? No, especially that, too. But on top of that, too, it actually worked really well into the playstyle that Dteam decided to build the composition around, because they had that support that wants to rush at you immediately. Well, guess what? You charge toward me. Boom comes my hook. You get flipped over me. Instead of you flipping us, I'm going to flip you
That's right.
into my team.
The flipper becomes the flippy.
Yeah.
Somewhat surprisingly so.
Or the scooper, I guess you could call it.
That's right.
Too.
The scoopy. That's what he became.
The scoop. You just get them the scoop.
There was quite a bit of scooping going on there. I felt like, Dteam kind of were the ones being scooped and, kind of thrown away after that. Well,
thrown away like the trash.
Oh, no, not like the trash. Neither one of these teams are trash. They're the two best teams in the tournament,
I don't know.
Sure.
KSSC, they were clean.
I do. I can look down and see that they've both never lost a series. So.
Yeah, but one of them is about to lose.
But they haven't lost yet, so they've still never lost a series.
Yeah, but you know what the saying is, if you ain't first, you're last.
Well, both of them are first right now.
Yeah, and then one of them's just going to be, only one.
Right, but that hasn't happened yet.
Only
so
one. There can only be one Rapid.
That's not true. Right now, there can be two.
True. They both get to qualify for our grand finals next month.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, that's actually the true victory, because you go on for like bigger and better things. But you got to take the extra little victory, and who wouldn't want extra money to spend while you're out there in Xi'an for the finals?
That would be nice. I would like some extra money going out there to spend, to go take a look, to have a nice little trip around.
Well, neither one of these teams winning changes that for us, but it certainly does for them in a very big way.
What if they shared?
They're not going to.
What if I'm best friends with them?
You're not.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
The harsh truth. And the harsh truth here for the D team is that they will need to change up quite a bit to avoid a repeat of game number 1.
Oh, look at that. Instant lock-in here from Dteam going in with our feathered friend for KSSC. What do they wish to do? Are they going to try and go for the same style that we saw before? They're looking at the same kind of composition. Lubu is banned out, though, this time around.
Yes.
I think that was a good change-up by Dteam. I think the Lubu is very impactful when we see it be played correctly. Those ults just zone away so much of the fight, as well as just big knock-up, big slows. Oh, might get the resurrection here for KSSC to start things off.
Yeah, this would be a really interesting analysis by KSSC to say, okay, yeah, there we go. All right.
To say, I'm like, we're missing something. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't see enough blue hair on the screen right now.
Yeah, the blue hair quotient way too low. And this feels like the most powerful possible draft here with Wuji about to lock in Ukyo.
Okay, that's a little nasty double picked up there. So Dteam, they opt in for more of the assassin style of jungler that we've seen become popular as he's been, left untouched during the ban phase. For Dteam, what do they want to try and complement with this? Some poke coming out from the sniper might be a good possibility. Depends what he's going to go up against, though, because you've only really shown, you've matched the jungler and you've shown a side lane. Still don't know what the mage is going to be in the mid lane. Still don't know what the support is going to be. Well, we'll have to see here. That would be a bit of a change up here from the side of KSSC. That'd be the Gilder equivalent from AOB. I doubt it. I feel like they're trolling. I feel like they're having fun.
I think if you were to go with the Mosey pick, I don't know if they would. You had to build a comp around that, I almost feel. So I don't foresee that, especially here, because you'd want to save that for last.
Oh. Okay. Don't know what KSSC are doing. It gets locked in. All right, we're about to learn another new hero.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time we're seeing this today, so obviously this is a little bit new, and maybe it's new for D-Team too. I'm not sure if they would have expected that for sure after at least studying the previous KSSC drafts.
All right, so we're going to call him Blue Man because the translation is not giving us a proper one, but it's pretty much a... Do you want to go with that name?
Probably not. We're gonna avoid that.
We can go with his
future.
We can go with his subtext, the good and evil doctor. So pretty much, it looks like throwing has a healing for himself as well as toward the other members around him. Actually, to be completely honest, this feels a lot like Singed from League of Legends, actually, when I'm taking a look at the passives and some of these abilities.
I'm trying to look it up to make sure that I know exactly what to expect, but certainly something that's catching me off guard, and I think maybe D-Team too. I was looking that up because I feel like, you know, it has to be a very key part of this lineup, but I can't wait to find out what's in store from KSSC. They're trying something new every single time.
I'm a bit like, so pretty much his ultimate allows him to do extra damage and healing. And it also lets him heal. So it's a self-buff, but his other abilities aren't affected by it.
Does he have a poison trail that goes behind him?
So common attacks and abilities from himself are highly toxic.
Okay.
Causing 25 spell damage per second, plus 5% spell bonus. So
wow, okay.
Pretty much Singed if you hit your abilities.
It's going to be interesting to see because he also, let's see, what else does he have? Okay.
He's got the Deadly Elixir where he can throw it toward a target range, and that will actually slow enemies and also poison them too.
Yeah, and that's based on the rank of your first spell, correct?
I believe so, correct. Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm trying to figure this out.
And it's a charge system too, so you can hold on to 3 bottles and then fling them out and make like a slow field.
That's a lot of bottles.
Very. Lots of bottles.
Okay, so let's figure out what we're going for here. D-Team about to finalize this. They've got 10 final seconds, and they're still changing it up.
We'll see here. We're going to get some books. I was looking forward to the ink mage there, but instead, we're going to have books instead.
I mean, books are not bad.
I actually like it, especially because you put down that line, and it's pretty much a stun line that comes out in the middle of a fight, especially when you're into the jungle with a choke point. It's very hard to avoid if you want to try and chase. You're pretty much saying, all right, I'm fine getting stunned. On top of that, too, for the side of KSSC, there's a lot of just choke point availability, because you also have that massive knock-up in the ultimate that's going to be coming out here from the roamer.
I'm just waiting to see what KSSC lock in last. I have a feeling this could actually be pretty exciting.
This is it's just you pretty much have. Wow. So okay, so we're gonna have, of course, the Yakyo going into the jungle. I would assume, unless the Xiaoyi's going to be running Tiger. What is this composition? This is wacky.
Yeah, I am actually very, very surprised.
You have pretty much we have 3 solo lanes, of course. Okay, so there's 3 solo lanes. That makes sense, but I feel like Tiger would be better into the mid lane. I guess Wuxi is confident enough to take this pick into the mid lane against likely the sniper is usually where we see opted into the mid lane, or against the book mage as well. It's a different style composition, Rapid.
Yeah, and you know why? They found a way to make it all the way here as the first place team, but KSSC is saying, look, we don't just know how to win one way. We know how to win an entirely different way we haven't showcased at all yet. And I think that is really the true sort of style points that they're going for here. Plus, they also have some of the most incredibly strong heroes in the game. I think specifically Ukyo is just such a monster. So cannot wait to get into our second game into our final series of the night.
Yeah, game 2 onto the battlefield. And to be honest, this could be our last game for the day. We'll start things off here with KSC. Just jumping over,
right,
they're throwing,
out the gate.
throwing those casks, getting some poison off right away.
I think we're just gonna see a little bit more of the same. What a gigantic model there, Xiao H.
He's a big boy, all right. He's going. That's why he can literally crack the ground open and cause a massive knock-up onto a 5-man team.
Trying to go in here for the steal, and will they be able to get it?
It goes on over to Xi'an, so they're able to get it here on the side of KSSC. On the side, though, that's going to force at least 2 flickers in the end over the pit. Was it worth it? Meanwhile, top and bot, they're able to farm right away.
My goodness, it is already off to a big start. I mean, we haven't seen any kills yet, but the buff control is a little bit of a moral victory.
On top of that, too, they actually gave blue buff to our blue mage.
Oh, wow.
So, gonna look to try and just spam out that poison, just trying to be an absolute nuisance. We'll have to see, because I'm so interested to see what the playstyle is.
Very selfish, or selfless from Xi'an. He was, you know, obviously in need of that extra regen early, but Wuxi able to get it, I mean, he's just going to be able to heal up to infinity and beyond.
See here, that line's coming on through just to act as a natural barrier. Here we go. So, we got it here. It is the equivalent of Maganga over from AOV in the West.
I mean, I think it's been a long time since I've seen Maganga played.
He actually got a little bit popular during the last international competition that we saw in AOV, and it was kind of a pocket pick for some. So pretty much, yeah, those long fights, or you could just dive here in the bot lane and D-Team started. Oh, that flash!
Wait, how much distance can Cuckoo cover?
So ended up flashing to the wall so that he could aim to do the shot back, kind of like the 90 caliber net you can see from Caitlyn and
Vandy so low, he went back in. I was surprised about that one, but in the end, it's still going to be 2 for 1 overall.
All right, so this really requires Bianc to actually get some early gold, because Maganga really relied kind of like a snowball. If he got out of control early, he could just continually
Xiao, I thought he had help.
Oh, he's going to be trapped down, though, so that's a bit annoying to deal with. And unfortunately, I think he gets taken out there. That's 3 kills to D-Team already.
Yeah, breaking through that wall, of course, just the extra damage you needed. What a way to go. And I honestly, I'm so hesitant every time I see KSSC fight these fights, because it feels like kind of the shoe is on the other foot. KSSC are now the ones that really haven't been able to find a solid engagement, and now they find themselves almost 2K down.
So not the start KSSC we're possibly looking for with this unique composition that they're deciding to run here. Still though, plenty of early game.
Oh, narrowly dodging that sniper shot. Wu-Wei is okay for now. Hiding, trying to bait here. Vandy, don't fall for it. Okay, back up to top lane.
Top side. Oh,
Xi'an.
Oh, he gets back into the brush. He's going to get taken down, though, in D-Team. All right, stepping it up here in an elimination game. Or at least the deciding game, possibly, here.
Yeah, I mean, this does decide who wins $5,000 versus versus $1,500. Obviously, a huge amount of money in the difference, so something that both teams are definitely fighting for. First tower of the game does go the way of the D-Team. And actually, Wuxi.
Oh, he got the heal off onto his friends there.
My God,
there you go.
Oh, he's staying alive just barely at the end.
So another thing that Wuxi can do is he can put a healing mark onto one of his allies, and then I believe when he uses an ability onto it, it has a short delay, and then it heals his friend, heals his teammate. So, nicely done there, and man, D-Team, though, they are not giving up here without a fight.
And there's no turret.
KSSC, what's going on here?
There's no turret for KSSC. I don't know what they were really doing that far out, if they knew they were that vulnerable. Maybe they didn't, but I think that they're going to have to start putting a lot of respect on D-Team's name. They just can't fight them straight up yet.
Not the start they were possibly looking for here, is that's still a 2,500 gold lead for D-Team. The one thing that's weird, we've not had a Drake taken yet.
I mean, it's too much fighting.
Too much stuff.
We're just killing everybody. You can't actually afford to take those objectives because there's just too much going on out on the map. If you tried, you'd be giving up way too much more.
Oh, look at that. They get the nice catch out here, and the roamer's down.
They knew. He thought he was being so sneaky. Nope, not like that, you're not.
that's nicely done. So that's part of the, I believe, the sniper kit there, where you're able to just put down pretty much sight wards almost, pretty much. They're almost ticking wards, pretty much. They're little mines that give you knowledge of where people are onto the map, if I recall correctly. Second tower of the game also being taken here in bot lane. D-Team, this is the setup they're looking for. It's looking good, Rapid.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, KSSC, like, they're trying to defend here.
Let's just clear the wave.
No, it's going to take more than that to defend that tower. They'll even just proxy the wave against you. I don't think they care.
I like the voice that came out there for a sec.
That's exactly what they sound like.
That's exactly what they're sounding like. Oh, look at this. Setting up a trap. Who's got the bigger trap, though, is the question. They're just going to go ahead and jump right on top of Woowei. He is able to get back to safety. KSSC look to try and disengage here. Lots of damage coming back, but no one's going to get taken down here by the side of D-Team.
Oh my goodness, this is so clutch. This is so crazy to see D-Team get completely destroyed in game number 1 and then come back and look to do exactly the same thing right back again.
End up going for the transformation. That's going to be enough to get all the outer tier towers to start the game off. And especially with that mid lane exposed now, it really prevents KSSC from going into their jungle, and they're just going to get dove underneath their second tier.
They can't take the turret because, unfortunately, there's no more minions there to remove the backdoor protection, and those outers have extra armor, but they're just not stopping. They will go for these dives, and there's no extra armor for being defended by these turrets, just for the turrets themselves.
In 45 seconds, too, we're going to have the epic tour, the top side of the map. This tower is still perfectly strong here, and Wuji, he's trying to get to safety.
Yeah.
He's caught in between a rock and a hard place, but guess what? The rock has decided to go elsewhere, going for a possible play. Oh, that was a beautiful shift, though, coming out from the Flicker to reorient the ult from the roamer support. Very nicely done.
Yeah, incredible indeed. I mean, we're sitting at 4K gold advantage, only 7.5 minutes into the game, and now we're, oh man, Xi'an, I thought he was going to go for it a little bit more, but looks like he is not willing to fight that just yet. Man, Woowei, I definitely thought that hero pick was going to be such a huge power spike for KSSC, but it just hasn't kicked in yet.
Well, to be honest, too, it's in a side lane, too. Often when we see it into the jungle, it's because it's getting all the gold funneled onto it, and it's able to get ahead really early. If you're stuck in the side lane, you're just farming normally.
Well, especially if it's the DS lane, like, that's the lane where you just go to die. I mean, you're just going to stay alone, cold and alone for the entire game until the entire enemy team comes to kill you. And here we go. It's just a little bit, I guess, unfamiliar. Is that the word? Seeing the rotation up there to push the lane out.
It's awkward because we pretty much could have 4 solo laners on the side of KSSC.
I mean, how do you know? Yeah, they could just take over each other's jobs. Are they really all ready?
Hey, you might as well. Let's see. D-Team looking to start that off immediately, and I don't think anyone from KSSC can stop it.
Okay, yeah, Darkslayer taken instantly. This is only 9 minutes into the game, and they just walk up and, it's not like they one-shot it, but it's pretty darn close.
It's nicely done.
Oh. Nice.
Perfect.
Glad we got one of those in there.
We got 6 seconds on that one. There we go. We'll have to see.
I love that we can count just because there's a timer up there. Well, the last time that that came up, we actually resolved it pretty quickly, so we're keeping our hopes high.
Much like our energy, even though
we're
pressing midnight
Are we
soon.
13 hours into the broadcast yet? Let me check here really quickly. Yeah, we're almost 13 hours in. We started at 11,
that means we've
almost
been here
1.
for 15 hours. Cool, because we got here at 9.
Wow, that's quite a long day. Also, our players have been playing for a very long time as well, and thankfully, we are right back in the game.
Thank you, Tech. Thank you, pause beings from beyond, for making sure it was only a small little bit of lag and not a serious issue. And D-Team, they're going to continue it. Well, the lag may not be an issue, but currently D-Team's lead is one for KSSC.
What do you do about it? I mean, for D-Team, they didn't have a whole lot of answers to KSSC in Game 1. They rolled over. And so for KSSC, you think if you're able to be in the driver's seat, you're able to defend against a team who is in the driver's seat. But I haven't seen any signs of life. Maybe it's a slower growth to D-Team's advantage than vice versa in Game 1. But it's still there, and I don't think that D-Team's really shown any signs of stopping. They're 4 3,500 gold up.
There's a shot here coming out from the sniper. Needs to land there. It's going to be another dragon spawning. That would be the third one for D-Team. They already picked up one of the epics toward the top side, so that's added up to their counter. So they're going to be happy to take this one down. And KSSC, they're trying to control the top side of the map, it would seem. Try and lay a trap here for D-Team. But guess what? They're down at the pit in bot lane.
They don't even care. They're like, well, I mean, we can just take the neutral monster. It's a giant objective, and you're not guarding it, so cool.
Thanks, fam. Cool story.
Exactly. That's 4-0 on dragons, 4-0 on turrets, and like we said, an ever-mounting gold lead, now totaling 6,000 gold, almost.
So we'll see here how KSSC try to respond. They're trying to lay a trap. They're looking for something, a miracle. But really, they got to be careful because I feel like D-Team really do have an understanding of where this team is positioning.
I feel like it really is truly strange to kind of watch this because we watched almost the exact reverse just the game before.
You know, it's not uncommon though. We've seen this a couple times tonight. So for D-Team, for them to bounce back, keep morale going, it's good to see. That tower is also going to fall down, so that's going to be the fifth one for them. 6,000 gold lead.
Well, it's going to get worse before it gets any better. So let's see how bad it gets before maybe they can make a turnaround happen. I mean, there's not a whole lot of comeback mechanics for KSSC other than maybe having a defender's advantage slightly. So we'll see how much value they can get out of that because it's certainly going to take a lot of effort. Whoa.
All right, so
I mean, that's
that
one
can
way.
help you.
There you go.
They got a shutdown.
They find a nice pick, and now it's a 5-on-4.
5-on-4. I don't know if KSSC can really do anything with it. It's still about 2 minutes before we have Slayer back up. But that is a decent chunk of gold that comes back toward them. It's only a 5,000 gold lead.
Okay, say that sentence again.
It's only a 5,000
Only a
gold
5,000 gold lead. Okay, that's still pretty up there.
It's still a little concerning, yes.
Not really a whole lot of neutral objectives up. So, I mean, what do you do at this point? I think you just rotate around for these low health turrets. And yeah, there is Wu Wei actually going in and taking one down. So, one step at a time, but
there you go.
So much crowd control.
Jeez.
He can't go anywhere.
The transformation's going to keep them at bay. Meanwhile, you got the assassin trying to jump in onto your back line, goes in for the skydive, and they're just cleaning up D-Team. Find themselves 3 kills overall, and with minions here in the mid lane, that should be the base tower.
I don't even know how they do it. They are just making it look effortless against one of the strongest teams in the game right now. I mean, this is just so impressive to watch. I don't think they can. I mean, they're going to run out of minions. They're going to run out of health bars, or will KSSC run out of health bars? It looks like that's maybe a little bit more likely.
On top of that, too, because they caught that minion wave as it was spawning, there's only now just one cannon minion going out to all these lanes. They actually stopped the one in mid lane as well, so that's just going to be another wave pushing on it. It's actually a really good setup for Slayer that is going to be spawning now in 30 seconds if D-Team decide to go for it. So we see here Xi'an just going to clear out that one cannon. It's going to push all that wave back.
Right, but like you said, 30 seconds is kind of the cooldown here, or 13 seconds rather, when the Darkslayer does come off or online. I mean, I have to imagine this is going to be one of the final moments of this series, or of this game rather, in this series. And I think once it does spawn right about now, our KSSC are going to try to get it done first. They can't even get there in time.
Still a little bit while before KSSC are really going to be able to do anything. I feel like they're going to opt in for a possible team fight here because Vandy has to back off here.
Yeah.
Able to get a sniper shot in. That's going to be the Slayer started up. KSSC in behind the pit. Do they try and go over for a steal? Look at this, though. That's a full engage. 3 members on top of one, and they take him down immediately. Sure, you have that zoning ultimate, and you got 1 member just jumping into the back, but guess what? He's still alive, and KSSC, they have to back off.
I can't believe how efficiently KSSC stopped that from happening. I mean, sure, they take a casualty, but look, I mean, D-Team is right back on it.
D-Team right back on it. They're going to go ahead, take that Slayer.
Wow.
7,000 gold lead, back up again.
I mean, the purpose of the Dark Slayer, the reason it's so hard to kill is that it's kind of a game-closing mechanic. Once you take it down, it just becomes so much harder to resist. that pushes up each one of these individual lanes. Not to mention the top lane that already is going to have those 2 cannon minions pushing through it. The supers in the mid lane, and it just doesn't get much better than this. It's just little bit by little bit, we are closing out the game.
We'll see here, D-Team waiting for some minions. Waves aren't crashing in at the same time. It's a little weird. They might go for a dive here. Transformation's going to be there. Has the shield once again. Now diving into 3 members. A 3-man knock-up as KSC. They're just backing off into the fountain. No minions around, though. That cannon minion's getting closer. Now the backdoor protection is going to go down. It looks like D-Team are just going to rush the core and force us to a Game 3.
That's going to do it. And what an incredible showing there by D-Team. They dominate. Maybe that's what the D stands for. And tie it up at 1-1. They make it look effortless. Did Game 1 even happen?
Yeah, it did happen. And they were able to fight against the mentality that they just got destroyed by KSSC. So for that, we're actually going to hit to our deciding game for the night.
And how appropriate that the final series between the two best teams goes all the way.
Yeah.
We're going to a Game 3 after we've just had back-to-back bops. It's just they just knock them out, and then they wake back up and knock them back out again. This is like, this is real, the Russian slapping championships. It's something that actually exists.
No, I've seen it before.
There's clips of it out there if you want to Google this, where these 2 gigantic men get up there. And they just slap each other so hard.
But they're unfazed.
Yeah, that's right. And, I mean, once they do get phased, they get phased and then they snap back and they just dish it right back out to the other person. So it's just slapping back and forth. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of analogies for it, but just so impressive to see such massive slugfest back and forth. And now only one final game exists to find out which team will advance in first place to the finals in Xi'an and which team will advance in first place with $5,000.
On top of that, too, I want something spicy this draft.
Okay.
Give us something
How
we
spicy?
have. No, give us half a team that we've not seen yet.
Okay.
Just something completely out of the blue.
I mean,
I wasn't too impressed with this one from KSSC.
They were trying something a little bit new.
Trying. Didn't work out that well, unfortunately.
No, it certainly didn't. So, I mean, what else could they really have? I mean, I'm kind of racking my brain. They did cycle through quite a few off-meta picks, if you want to consider what we've seen today as meta for this tournament.
Give me the pig.
Oh, that's right. We totally overlooked that.
We haven't seen him for a while, actually. It's been about 2 series
now.
Yeah,
we've been watching AS for a lot of our games, and that was kind of a hallmark of that specific team and their meta. But now things are totally different when we're up here way at the top of the standings. You know, we're peeking our head through the cloud cover of the canopy of the jungle, and above it we see just the cream of the crop of strategy here. Although that last one, I agree, did look a little bit weird from KSSC.
It did look a little bit weird. We'll have to see, though. I'm interested because we're getting down to our final game, final draft. D-Team going to be on the red side, KSSC on your blue. We'll see the bans here. The sniper actually getting banned out here. It draws a ban from KSSC.
I mean, I don't think it was good enough to necessarily warrant that, but maybe just throwing them off, not allowing them to get a strong start.
Lubu being banned out too here by D-Team. They don't want that to be a first pick over to KSSC. So what does KSSC want to look to take, and what do they not want D-Team to have on their first rotation?
Show me an Ukyo ban. Like, I think you have to take that one off the field.
See, here's the question. Do you ban hit and then first pick the wing assassin? Or
no, you ban the wing assassin. There it is.
There it is. So I feel like pretty much D-Team, they have to decide now, all right, do we want to let the Eco go through where it likely would go into the jungle or into a side lane? I felt like they were able to deal with it, so let's see if they try and get rid of something that's more catered toward KSC in general rather than just the meta pick.
All right, 16 seconds left. There's a couple. I mean, they could also take away. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's just so much to do, and they only have one ban to do it with.
Wow. There must be something that we have not seen with that pick yet on our stream.
It's either like the wave clear or the range. Maybe both, maybe all at once. And
wow.
How could we forget? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Maybe a bait to let it through.
Oh, I don't know about this from KSSC. I think that Yuko does a little bit more, but it looks like D-Team, they're going back to what worked best during their first series. They're going for the scoops. They're going for the big burst damage coming out from the jungle. KSSC, we'll see what they look to do here. If they want to go, it looks like they're hovering for their support, if they want the resurrection, or if they want, you know, to go with the stealth mechanic.
I mean, to be honest,
I haven't been...
Team get one of the strongest supports, one of the strongest DPSs in the game, and so they're really just going for fundamentals.
I'll be frank, I haven't been too excited from teams picking up the the minion mech here, because I often feel like the ult isn't utilized properly, and on top of that too, I just haven't seen victories here, and man, I feel like D-Team are kind of getting away with grand robbery here on this draft. They're getting pretty much, I think they're getting what they want.
I'm trying to remember, because it's been banned every single game, what Wuji's hero is, what is so powerful about that. I guess we saw it in our first game of the day, but then never after that.
Pretty much what it is again, it's a two-stance hero. You have your weapon that has 10 charges in it. Once you've used the 10 charges, it breaks, and you have to rebuild it. While it's together, extremely powerful kit. Extremely powerful base damages. You get a lot of bonuses while you're using it.
Yeah.
When you don't, you're obviously not getting your full potential. A lot of it's loaded into that state. So if teams are able to punish it early in the game, that's when we see it fall behind. If it's able to, though, get the ball rolling, it doesn't matter what state he's in. He's going to be ahead against his lane opponent and can kill him.
Bomber band, and now the final band coming out from D-Team. See what they want to take off the board. Let's see, Mai's still bannable. What else are we taking out there? Oh, Moon Magician.
Yeah, Moon Magician.
I'm trying to make it alliterative. Moon Sailor Soldier Senshi.
Well, calm down now. Calm down. Whoa there.
Actually, soldier is the English word for Senshi. So it more accurately translates to scout, hence the name. Ooh. Anyway, there's your weeb moment of the day.
Weeb moment of the day. I just went to Japan, man.
Really?
That was a fun time. That was a fun time. But not time for stories, though. We're in our final game, actually.
That's right.
That should have came up so much earlier in the broadcast.
Minor anecdote, but yeah, it's too late.
Let's see here. All right, so they're going to go ahead and ban him out as well for D-Team. All right, so they already got Umbrella for themselves, the Guangsun. That's going to be able to have a lot of mobility when it comes to the fights if the positioning is right. But you're really, for D-Team, you're pretty much saying, all right, we either get her ahead early or we're waiting for the very late game where she's going to be able to carry.
Now look at that. I don't think that's any surprise if you watch D-Team play again, but is that taking it away from KSSC?
I think it's... Well, honestly, your side lanes have already been shown.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like, in all honesty, it's always been left over. I felt like KSC should have actually banned that one out. Oh, will we actually see our Frost Mage come back here?
I can't imagine you'd go with that. Really?
I feel... it gets locked in.
Wow, okay, that is a big departure from at least the meta that other teams have been showing, but I guess KSSC always like to play things a little bit differently.
A little bit differently doesn't always mean it's going to work out, though, so we'll have to see here. Over on the side, you say also going to get that locked in. We also have Xi'an showing us a new hero for the English stream. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head exactly what he does. There we go, so that's Zong. I believe he is going to be mainly he's the marksman, actually. I was wondering who the marksman was going to be on KSSC, so he's going to fit the bill just there. If I recall, in AOV, from just a quick look, he has the enhanced state. So pretty much when he goes into his ultimate, he pretty much has just additional defenses as well as spell defenses, so he can go into pretty much a turret mode at that point.
Right, but I don't understand what it is that brings to this kind of unique composition.
So pretty much what I think they're going to try and do is they're going to use, of course, your Frost Mage to the best that they can, as well as just zone away.
Maybe the Frost Mage gives you such a big zone that the immobility is kind of countered because you can't make it through the Frost Zone to get to your giant, turret of destiny.
The Turret of Destiny.
Here we go, our final game of the night. It's been a very long day. of Honor Kings, and we're finally closing out with our two best teams tied up at 1-1. Some fantastic play, some fantastic picks, but it's all come down to this.
Only one team can walk away with the victory. And we'll see which one early on, though. Early skirmishes, nothing new to us. That's going to be D-Team backing off.
All right, man, what an auspicious start. It looks like both teams are still playing very aggressively. KSSC getting in with a little bit of aggressive counter jungling. They get in, they get out. Safe and sound.
Safe and sound for now. See Wuxi, who's going to go ahead and clear that out while he can. He's getting a little bit of extra. As Xi'an going to also get a little bit of extra farm. As Cuckoo up and toward the top lane. Going to be slowly farming away.
Yeah, and that's pretty much Cuckoo's job. Just sit there, chill out, farm away.
Get items.
Right. Definitely heading towards the late game. Ooh.
So Xi'an going pretty aggressive here. And you can see Cuckoo going pretty aggressive between the towers, just trying to look to zone away enemies. And that's actually going to get them to about half health on that turn.
And I really love the realization that it's going to be basically a 2-on-0 on both sides of the map, but actually right around that dragon pit. Catch grab on Bandy. Oh man, it's so close. The last auto attack comes through.
Otto's going to connect there. They're going to try and jump on over the wall. The stun's going to land. Oh, no.
Aggressive.
D-Team. It's going to be a 1-for-2 in the end as KSSC strike first with first blood.
Incredible. Wuxi a little bit late to the party, but I think he's actually kind of there in time just to go for this objective. He can turn and fight. Yeah, he's very, very tanky, but he needs the rest of his team to help him out. Just wanting to delay this objective from being taken, not actually going to overcommit.
Yeah, it also had Cuckoo there coming down very early just to try and help out with this Drake, and that's going to force the wave to actually crash into the tower over toward the top lane. So, bit of an early start.
Surprise engage. Wait, why?
He's got ult. 1v2. I think he's a little crazy. He's going to try and drop him back, but he's already down.
Crazy confirmed, man, and now that's going to go from bad to worse.
D-Team. This seems like just a lack of communication or something, because this team is just on edge possibly as KSSC. They say, okay, thank you for the 2 free kills. We'll also take the Drake.
Yeah, what a surprising engage there. I think we both sort of thought that Fendi either had a bigger plan or was making a mistake. And I think it was the latter there pretty obviously.
So a nice start there as well. Remember for Xi'an, while he's roaming around the map, he's giving extra passive gold to the lanes he's staying near. So he can put that onto the carries that they're looking for. Again, they can accelerate the game. They can really try and snowball out of control. It's only a 1,000 gold lead with 3 extra kills and the 1 Drake. Mainly because up the top lane, Cuckoo's just been farming away and trying to apply pressure toward the tower. We'll see if they can do anything. But look, midsection of the map is wide open for both squads. But there's nothing here for the Drake.
Certainly not. I mean, I guess, I don't know if they're going to forego it forever. I mean, it's going to take a long time for it to come back up. A couple minutes of free time to prioritize other objectives out there on the map. And, you know, still no turrets being taken down. So I guess that will give us a little bit more time if that's the next objective. Are they going to go out to the orange? Yeah, the orange continues to float forward. The auto attacks come through.
Oh,
that's
Fendi.
The second kill of the game for the D-Team.
On top of that, too, that will be the first tower of the game going in their favor, but down in bot lane. Wuxi.
So low, but not going down just yet. Wait, okay, don't go away from that turret. Wuxi was like definitely willing to go underneath.
Who's thinking about it? So 42 the kills as D-Team actually bring back the gold. It's only 600 ahead for KSSC because they were able to get themselves the first tower, and that's going to be the ultimate. Top immediately. That's 4 members all around, but guess what? You end up ulting him. He can just go ahead and resurrect because Fendi, he should go down. One more auto attack would do it. Oh, it's going to be the flash forward, but Fendi survives. And now Cuckoo looking to turn this one around, and a 1v3 ends up picking up 1 kill underneath the tower, though. Oh, no. KSSC trying to make a play, and D-Team are able to find themselves 2 kills for 1 and a tower in mid lane.
I can't believe that Fendi got to the turret in time to turn into the turret and start repairing it, but more importantly to become untargetable to avoid taking that last little sliver of damage. Absolutely incredible. Oh, we can see this?
Oh, that
what?
slow hit.
That
Very nicely
feels
done.
bad, man. You overextend to get the last sliver of HP, and you can't clear it out. Nice punish by Wuji.
Yeah, and that's the thing also with this hero is for every champion that's nearby, while he's using that ability, he actually gets an extra line. So, unfortunately, the one line was enough to do the job, it would seem, to get that extra slow and get that last auto attack. So, nicely done.
Continuing to protect that turret from the onslaught. You're right, Xiaoyi turning into that turret to try to get the long range. Well, hey, it doesn't work if your turret's getting healed right back up.
Let's see here. Level 8 for a couple members of KSSC. We also have the Drake respawning. See if they want to try and aim for it, because look at this. They're trying to set up a play. Looking for just a big pick.
They really are trying. I mean, still a slight lead here for KSSC, but kind of non-existent because, okay, that'll put them in a pretty good spot. Now looking for the engage there.
Bit of a half-hearted engage coming out. Oh, look at that tower. That's one auto attack away.
Yeah, also keep in mind Xiaomu has his first big item, so not only is he able to walk up and bop that turret down, but he's just waiting to just, I don't know, cut somebody in half.
Cut somebody in half. Just cut him right down
literally
the middle.
his job description.
Oh, look at that too. You also got likely Dap Cleaver coming in, so that's going to be Armor Shred on top of his own Armor Shred, if I recall too. So he gets kind of a double Armor Shred effect. And that is really nice to have, especially against more of the tanky ones, especially with Zhao Yi when he goes into that turret mode later on into the game. If he tries to just be, you know, that long-range damage dealer from far away, if someone gets on top of him, they can... Ooh, Cuckoo just gonna go on back.
Man, this is so scary. This game is balanced on a knife's edge. Out of all the games, you know, game 1, not even close. Game 2, not even close. Game 3, the closest of the 3 by far.
Alright, so that's going to be the ult used to try and clear out the wave. Guess what? I don't know if it's going to do enough. That's going to be a second tier tower falling here. 4 towers for D-Team. That keeps them just ahead in the gold. They are missing out on the Drakes and the 2 extra kills. Oh, look at that. Grass is going to land there on the Zhao Mao, but he's going to be able to just back away just fine. But D-Team, better rotations here. They're pushing as fast as they can in toward KSSC. KSSC, they're not taking these fights, but they're losing so much presence on the map.
Yeah, and KSSC's gold was primarily coming from objectives like that Abyssal Dragon. But, you know, the Abyssal Dragon respawns, the turrets don't. So obviously much more valuable objectives being taken here by D-Team.
Blue buff going on over to USZ.
I'm trying to remember what the correct pronunciation is there. We are doing our best here. I think it's Yueshua, but I'm not. Yeah, exactly. It's way harder than it looks, and we are definitely trying to do our best. So bear with us. And you know, if you have suggestions, you can always tweet at us. I believe our Twitter's in the chat. So let us know what your helpful suggestions are while we are trying to do our best here. And speaking of trying to do their best, I mean, D-Team, they tried to do their best in game 1, they got smacked. They tried to do their best in game 2, and they achieved it with flying colors. Now it looks like they are right back on track. They might be down just a tiny little bit in gold, but they're up way far ahead in turrets.
Well, thunder and lightning onto the battlegrounds. It's starting to rain, starting to pour. Can KSSC weather the storm from D-Team? They haven't been able to really crack open the base, so there's not a whole lot of pressure just yet, but those mini dragons that are starting to push into the lanes, they're going to add a little bit of a threat. These minions crashing in onto the towers, it's going to be an easy take there, and D-Team gets their 6th one of the game.
Yeah, all 6 outer turrets are down, and oh, actually, what are we watching here? Xiaomu, he's still going for it.
He can. Look at this, Vandy's looking for that just hook and scoop over on. That's what he needs to do.
I love how he backs off, recognizing that he doesn't want to get killed surprisingly. Nope, just taking it slow and steady, winning that race. 4 on 5.
4 on 5 for a little bit. Not a whole lot of waves really pushing in. They just have the mini Drakes. So instead, they're going to go ahead, reset as the Drake down towards the bot side of the map has respawned.
Oh my goodness, yeah, and this is going to be, I believe, the fourth Abyssal Drake, so it will be, not enraged just yet. It's going to be chilling out there, but Man, just look at how dominant D-Team are. They take every objective in the jungle. They take every objective outside the jungle. They take all the turrets down. They're just going slow and steady, winning this race.
Slowly and steady. Going over the wall. It's going to go ahead and almost steal that one away.
I mean, Cuckoo did steal it away, so...
Well, no, he's got red buff, not blue buff. So
that's right.
Xi'an able to get it.
Ah, okay, well played. Xiao Mu up, almost getting that last hit, but wow, double red buff. Okay, sick. More red buff than they know what to deal with.
That's also a nice pickup too. Got themselves a magical hat. Gonna be doing a lot more damage with those lasers being shot out from the Light King.
Lasers are always something I'm going to be in favor of being shot out. In general, if you can shoot more lasers instead of less lasers, you're going to be in a good hands.
Andy just going to go ahead, keep that pressure up. Dragons have subsided. The Slayer buff is no more. So KSSC, they're able to hold their base towers, but how much longer can they? You see D-Team already starting to pressure up here.
They gotta go. They gotta go pretty soon.
You saw those 4 charges coming out there, the 4 cracks in the ground, trying to zone back the team. And D-Team, all right, they say, okay, we didn't work on that push. Let's reset our waves, have them crash together once again, and then look to try and figure out where the weakness is going to be from KSSC and what they're willing to give up.
Xiao H, that's a dangerous place to be, 1 inch outside of his base.
Oh, you know, he's regenning up. He's
sure.
also, do you think a minion that just rides a mech has any worries? He's already conquered something bigger than him. He says, I have no cares. I will pick you on.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. It's a powerful place to be.
He went from one of those caster minions that Xiaoma is slaughtering to one of those that he will slaughter later on top of a mech.
Well, there's something very wrong about that. But hey, he's done his work for sure. But oh man, we're way out there.
Way out there, but still, once again, you're starting to see that laser poke damage, and mid lane tower is starting to get sieged upon. It does get cleared out immediately. Top tower down to 1/3 of its health. If Cuckoo can just get in range with just 1 minion, that should be enough to take down the tower, but you see KSSC are able to turtle. I don't know how much longer, though, because we have another Slayer coming up in 60 seconds.
Oh, man. I don't know how many more mechanics D-Team need to be able to close this game out. They have a massive lead, even though monetarily it's only a 4K gold.
There you go.
Just the objective lead is just so massive. KSSC, they must be either just trying to bide their time, but they're running out of it.
Not a whole lot they can really do. It's top lane tower now exposed. That's going to be super minions pushing in from that lane. And KSSC are always going to have someone deal with that. And Slayer is coming up in 20 seconds, and it feels like D-Team, they can lay down a trap. They're now found themselves 4,000 gold up because they're siphoning gold from KSSC's jungle. It's going to be a rough one.
Oh man, I feel like we have maybe one good final push left in here. If KSSC can finally find some miraculous way to hold on or even contest the Dark Slayer, I mean, maybe that's
Xiaoma, he just jumps in, flashed in with the ultimate. He's in the middle of 3 members, and he ends up getting cut down himself. They're going to trade back at least 1, though. That's going to be the Frost Mage down to get the ultimate out, but it's going to be the Mage for your side lane. But for me, I feel like it was a better trade for D-Team because not having the Frost Mage available during, say, a pit fight around the Slayer, you're going to really miss that AoE, and I think KSSC, they have to let this go, but I don't know if it's really a choice for them.
I mean, it's not a good one, even if it is. D-Team, the strong gets stronger. Sure, it's a 1-for-1, so maybe you have to take that, but in the end, you wind up not being able to contest this large objective. You're going to be having a harder and harder time holding on. Just look at these super minions. The entire team to be able to deal with just that 1 lane.
Xiao Yi, though, has been able to actually pick up the Weeping Blade. So that's the heavy lifesteal AD item. So pretty much you're getting about 15% lifesteal and just a ton of damage. Especially when he goes into turret firm, he'll be able to actually sustain himself a little bit better because he's gotten the additional attack speed.
I mean, I can respect it, but if he's immobile for just a second, I think KSSC are just going to capitalize on it.
We'll have to see. what KSSC are going to be able to do. That's a bit of a concern there coming out for them, though, as Dteam are starting to finish off their Guardian Angels, pretty much looking to revive during a dive, and oh, they're going to have a lot of second lives.
Especially as a hero that does dive in to get that critical damage off, be able to do that again. And oh man, they're even going to have an Abyssal Dragon coming up here if they want to just really take the slow and steady approach to close this game out.
Mini Dragons going to be cleared out toward the top side.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of damage coming in through that mid lane, but nothing else. Dteam as a full unit down toward this bot lane. There's a dragon nearby, so they're able to get just a little bit of poke damage. Rotate back into the center lane. That looks like it's going to be the Drake started up by them as they split coverage here between 5 members. Well, look at this mid lane. They're getting collapsed on. Xiaomao has to get back over towards safety. You do have the lasers coming back out. That's going to be almost a scoop coming out from Van D.
He was so close to getting that there, but honestly, I mean, that was about the best opportunity that KSSC could have taken to find an engagement. Half the team is down at the Abyssal Drake. You got to go for it. They tried, but they just couldn't find a pick.
So Van D still sitting around. Xiaomao going to push that in once again. Drake is going to get toward the base. There's no tower there, so they're just fine. Like we saw, Resurrection is available for Xiaomu. As they're now pushing in, those are the minions, and man, QQ's just trying to get in range. There is the auto attacks. Towers, slivers of health at this point in the bot lane. And KSSC, they have to decide what they're going to go for here. As the charges come out, that's going to be 2 lines. Oh,
wow, Xiaomu almost bit the farm there. Cuckoo, very, very low.
Gets to safety, though, and they can disengage. You can see KSSC, they're starting to run out of options. They have to make a play here soon as D-Team.
How did they hold that last turret? I don't know. So low.
It's so low. It's just going to be 1 auto attack, though. That's all it takes. At that point, it's just a gust of wind that can blow it over.
Yeah.
And Cuckoo, too, big time there. Picking up the Breaking Dawn is going to have some extra shred when it comes to the long-range fights. Xiaoyi was able to pick up, I believe that is the dual Shadow Blades. Have a little bit of arm practice.
Oh, no.
They get to safety.
Not like this. Now, Xiaomao is in the front line. Got disarmed there for a second.
Van D!
Yeah, rearmed right back up there. Look at the damage coming down. Look at that long range.
God.
Oh, Van D, one last shot. That's going to do it, but having to retreat now again. Can
if
he
they
get
don't
back
get
to
all the
safety in
kills,
time?
they don't get all the kills. Boom, there it is. Resurrection is down, and that's huge. Double kill coming out. It's 3 members of KSSC trying to defend. It's a 3v3 at this point. They were actually able to trade back the 2 kills.
That was crazy. It's a 2-for-1, actually, in the end. I can't believe that last crit came through. That was just so amazing. Xiaoyi is really coming into his own. There's 2 mechanics that are more powerful than I feel like all others, especially in MOBAs. It's range and movement speed, and they're not ones that have big numbers attached to them, like critical strike damage or spell power or something. But they're ones that are just so fundamental. And when you have that insanely high range, you can see how Xiaoyi really used that to such a gigantic advantage to defend the base.
So KSSC, for once, they see past the river after
what are they doing this far outside their base? Get back in there.
After probably close to about 4 minutes now. They were stuck in their base.
Solidly, for sure.
They're going to end up saying, hey, all right, we got to go ahead and clear out the supers up in top lane. They're down. Oh, boy. All right, so QQ just also got their ancestral glory.
Oh, Fandy. Look at the position he's in. He's waiting.
He's waiting for it. He's saying, come over here. Come to your red buff. Obviously, it's worth in the late game. It's almost 20 minutes. Obviously, you want to take this juicy red buff. Ooh, decent damage, though, coming out from the Frost Mage.
Yeah, tons of spell power there. I don't know exactly what the build is currently, but it's pretty beefy.
I'll be frank, probably has a magical hat. Probably has a mask or 2.
3.
Or has a staff or 2, I'm going to guess.
That's true. Some good guesses there for sure. But now, look at what D-Team are doing. They're shoving the bottom lane, rotating up top lane to shove along with the super minions, and playing this 1-3-1 so well.
They got to actually get those minions, though, to the tower. They're not going to be able to, and it gets caught there by Wuxi, so that's going to be the tower. But guess what? Cuckoo is soloing the Slayer at the moment. Van D, got to be careful. Lots of damage coming out, but they are able to get to safety. They stop the Slayer, and now D-Team are pressuring toward the top side. Huawei gets taken down. It's going to be a 4v5.
Oh, no, that's such a tragic defeat, because that means that not only are these lanes going to get pushed in, not only is the Dark Slayer going to die, but there's nothing that KSSC can do about it.
And this is going to be the third Slayer for D-Team.
How many does it take?
Should be the nail in the coffin. This should be what it takes to finish off this game. KSSC, they've been able to hold. D-Team, though, they should be able to end. 21
minutes, over 60,000 gold per team. And like you said, the third Slayer in a row. But look at how late game this is. Xiaoyi can clear waves from an incredibly far distance away. And, I mean, the power is such that, oh no, if they can find a pick here, that would really relieve a lot of stress.
The only issue is you try and catch Xiaoma, he's got his ultimate to delay the fight.
Yeah.
And if you're stuck for that 5 seconds, if you're stuck in the same place, you can guarantee D-Team are going to be coming right around the corner and finishing you off. Drake has been started. This would be their 6th epic monster of the game.
Xiaoyi, oh, I thought he was going to go look for a steal or something.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Ill-advised like
Van
that.
D could possibly go for it.
I think Van D was more trying to bait something out than actually try to find a pick there. But yeah, you're right. He almost did.
All right, what's the push going to be here from KSC? They are just slivers of health. Cuckoo's just going to walk up, takes down the tower. That is now 2 base towers fallen.
And those mini drakes coming through each individual lane. So the lanes will be pushing incredibly hard.
D-Team, what are they going to do? Here we go. KSSC trying to go for the engage onto the back line. They're able to get rid of the support, down to now a 5v4, but they have to tunnel back into their base. They have to turtle, because once again, these minions keep pushing in and they're stuck.
I mean, Xiaoyi's really the MVP there. He gets in, gets the pick, and is able to get back out. Absolutely incredible play. Look, Xiaoma down towards the bottom, playing that very kind of sneakily, not giving up too much of an advantage, knowing that for all intents and purposes, KSSC are still stuck inside their base.
Oh, and there's also 2 Ancestral Glories now here on the side of D-Team that they have to deal with.
Oh, well, how are you?
You have to kill them twice. And at this, I don't think you're going to be able to kill them twice.
Xiaoma,
that's actually
what
3.
Are you doing that far out on
At
the
this
map?
point, D-Team could look to just dive mid lane when minions crash.
Take
and there
out the
is
turret?
there's a good chance they take out the turret, and they'd probably get kills. They probably end the game.
The problem is that if they try that strategy, they try the dive and it doesn't work out, the counter push might just be devastating, because we're talking like minute-long death timers at this point.
Minute-long death timers, it depends. They have to get some better wave management, because they have not been really crashing these properly. Like, top lane's just hitting now the base, when they're still waiting for these other minion waves to even get past the midsection of the map, and that's going to be the, one critique that D-Team are going to have to take away from this, especially going into our regional, into our grand finals in July.
Oh my
if
goodness.
they are able to advance, is, you got to clean up this wave manipulation, because I don't know if it's going to stand up to some of the other teams.
So crazy how tense this final game of the night is going the distance. Really, really close. Waves being pushed in from both sides, and you can see that D-Team are not overstepping their bounds. They understand they don't have to do anything unless it's in their favor.
So here's the thing for D-Team. Your buffs have dissipated. They don't have them anymore, so it's going to be another 90 seconds until we get the 4th Slayer of the game.
Oh my goodness.
We're going the distance here. Looking at 25 minutes possibly. Be our longest game on the English stream. And for D-Team, let's see what they can do. Minions crashing on
Dive
in.
to mid lane. That's exactly what you said they needed to do. Taking out that final middle turret. They got so much damage done that time.
Oh, look at Huawei going very aggressive here. Huawei should be able to get back to safety. D-Team still playing this at a snail's pace, slowly but surely trying to take the base.
Middle turret just getting chipped down little bit by little bit. It might just be death by 1,000 cuts at this point.
Let's see here. D-Team Getting close up to 80,000 on their gold. They're pretty much full builds across the board. But like you mentioned, if something goes wrong here, which it possibly could, it can happen for KSSC. They're pretty much hoping for the miracle fight, that they're somehow Xi'an able to stay alive, able to get into the turret form and lay out so much damage. But every time this minion wave comes in, they get one auto attack on that turret. Once that tower falls, it's pretty much game over for KSSC because there's nothing that they can hide underneath. There's nothing they can really do other than hide at their core. And at that point, they're going to get base raised. They're going to get base rushed. Because honestly, all it takes is one minion to get rid of the debuff, and it's all over.
Going forward, trying to find a pick here if they can, but look at Xi'an. He has to run back to the hills. He's got to stay safe there. He can't get dove, and that means that for now, oh no, it's going to be
over toward the side. Here comes Huawei though.
Coming
Wants to try and do it.
Oh, WCG coming all the way deep back in there.
That's the one.
Unfortunately.
That's going to be 2. That's going to be 3. They're just throwing themselves into the middle of this fight. In the end, though, that should do it. Super Minion in the bot lane. It's a 3v4. They're going to try and rush here. They have the GAs available. The core's exposed, and you're going to be first place here on the side of D-Team. All they need is just an extra little bit here. The core is somehow still alive. Are you serious? How is this game not over at this point? Super Minion in the top lane. The mid lane is being crashed upon. There you go. Coming out first place in the regional Chinese finals, it's D-Team.
A valiant effort to be sure, but in the end, I think you can truly see that D-Team really did deserve it. They did get dominated in game 1, but they